to get going. Gotta catch those runners taking off like a Boeing. If the volume spikes, then it's time to trade. Mighty 90 setting up, it's time to get paid. Navigation trading on the mic, time to get focused. We don't need any indicator, hocus pocus. It's all about the price, just watch it move. Manage your risks so you don't lose. First hour of trading is all we need. Focus on the patience and forget about greed.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to today's day trading live stream for Tuesday, April 7th. S&P futures down 22, NASDAQ down 115, Russell down 13, and the Dow down 102. Looks like Russell is slightly the weakest. Gold is flat. Silver is down about 0.75%. Notes and bonds and yields all flat. Oil's up 2.5%. Natural gas up almost 2%. All the grains are pretty flat, plus or minus less than 0.33%. Euro and the pound are tiny green, and Bitcoin down 2%. VIX up 5.5%, 25.45 at the freeze. I'm going to go ahead and do a 1 DTE today. I'm going to kind of assume that the decay might not be great, so I may just close it early. We do have the pending ultimatum tonight. 7 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Eastern with Iran. So that could potentially hold up the 1 DTE options. I'm going to go ahead and let my BIX fire today, full steam. Obviously, the risk here is if something comes out today, good or bad, regarding the Iran conflict, could cause a little havoc, but I'm going to go ahead and let them go. And then I'm going to model out an 1013 DTE double calendar. If we get a quick kind of pop in SPX and crush and volatility, might try to enter one of those to try to get it transformed by the end of the day, but we'll see what happens there. Opening bell in about 90 seconds. Had some chips moving this morning. AVGO struck a deal with Anthropic. I don't know what happened to Intel, but it just had a little pop at 8:05 Central. UNH, United Healthcare, is also up almost 10%. Intel is partnering with Tesla. Gotcha. ARM is down 3%. Hood's down 2%. Tesla's down 2%. MSTR's down 2%. Opening bell in 5 seconds. Here we go. Expected move in SPX. Right around 50 points today. A little over. Had some chips popping right out of the gate. SNDK just went green. AMD just went green. MU just went green. Apple is falling below yesterday's low. AMD still pushing. It's above pre-market high. I'm going to load up some AMD calls. 3 DTE. S&P, NASDAQ dipping, but Russell's staying strong. AMD 3 DTE calls. Looking at I'd trade the 220s if I do it. If it can hold above pre-market highs. There's my 1 DTE coming in. Apple falling pretty hard, opened up right below previous day low and just dropping like a rock. Apple was super strong early yesterday and then faded off the rest of the day, and now it's kind of continuing lower. S&P, NASDAQ just above previous day low. Russell's still staying a little bit stronger. Tesla at previous day low. PLTR's acting a little bit strong. Oh, nice articulate. I still have my, I had been modeling that 1013, well, it's 1013 day today, so the April 1720. I modeled that all day yesterday, and I still have it up, and it's still basically break even. If I didn't trade it, but just been kind of watching it. If I get in one today, that's when I'll do. I want to see a little vol crush before I jump in. Nvidia's starting to bounce. S&P, NASDAQ dipping a little bit. Russell didn't hold its strength. Tesla heading down to lows. AMD starting to pop back up. S&P, NASDAQ bouncing a little bit. Intel, another push through highs. Apple still weak. Netflix kind of holding in green territory after a big reversal yesterday. Nvidia showing some good relative strength here since the open. Tesla trying to get back up to previous day low. Had a big, quick little flush, and now it's bouncing back up. Let's see, financials. Banks are all down a little under 1%, 0.5% to 1%. Coinbase is down 2, MSTR is down 1. I'm going to load up some puts in Tesla, 1 DTE 345 puts. If it starts to react off previous day low back down to the downside, I'd be interested. It's kind of acting like it wants to push through right now. PLTR pulling back to previous day low. S&P kind of dipping below previous day low now. NASDAQ right there. Russell right there. Tesla pushing back up. I'm watching NVIDIA calls 177.5s. Showing really good strength while the markets are coming down. NVIDIA's pulling back a little bit. But if this market starts to bounce, NVIDIA would be one that I would consider. Amazon's starting to bounce. Apple's still bleeding. Intel popped above its pre-market high and then it dipped back down to where it was consolidating.
Order partially filled. Order filled. Order partially filled.
All right, so Tesla's starting to reclaim below its previous day low. I'm watching puts in Tesla. I'm taking puts in Tesla. Filled at 448 and 450. See if we can get a move back down to lows of day or potentially more. Indices still just kind of grinding. I'll take some off at 520. No, I want to get off below before low day. I'm going to do let's do $5 as my first profit target. Should hit if it dips a little bit more. There we go. Filled at $5 to hit first profit target. Put my next profit target at $6 just to have it in there. I'm going to probably lower that, but let's see if this thing, it tried to bounce and it got shut back down. So we'll see. We may get some weakness coming in. Apple's still super weak. Now the S&P, NASDAQ, continued weakness. I'll move that profit target to 580. Tesla's still coming down. Apple all downhill. NVIDIA is still showing relative strength. It's holding. Tesla options hit 575. My profit target's at 580. Netflix holding strong. Microsoft starting to bounce. S&P, NASDAQ still dipping. Tesla just hit 580. 2 profit targets. Tezzy coming in hot. I've got 4 lots left. I'll put another profit target to take a couple off at 650. Besides Apple, Tesla definitely showing the most relative weakness, which is so kind of the context. Higher time frame, hourly, daily chart. I like the downside, kind of pre-market. Tried to regain above previous day low. When it didn't, when it failed, that's when I entered. Good relative weakness versus the indices. All those things together. Now Nvidia's not holding, it's coming down. Google was kind of trying to hold previous day high. It's coming down now. Netflix still holding. Netflix still holding. AMD couldn't hold. It tried to make another shot at going through highs of day. Now it's back in the red. And then the other context with that is watching the S&P and NASDAQ kind of couldn't hold above its previous day low. I was looking for a potential move down to pre-market lows, which they haven't got there yet. Netflix new highs. Apple, just no bid. No bid whatsoever in Apple. CoreWeave, oh yeah. Big push in CoreWeave. How are the options in there? I took it off my board because I just
Order
got
partially
tired
filled.
of the spreadiness, but
Order filled.
yeah, it's a little spready. Tezzy new lows. Fireman Steve says Tesla has more downside, so that's why we're holding. I've got my next profit target in Tesla at 650. Those options have gotten up to 615. Needs to get down to about 342 on the Tesla price. Somebody said they put on a double calendar this morning. Was it Krish? Krish, you got into a 910 with this little volatility expansion down move. Is that doing, seen any profit yet? No? Yeah, I mean, this is one of those days where things might get held up. Let's see, what's my 1DTE doing? It's up 4%, 5%. What do you have on, Watson? Joey got in a 910. You got in a 1720. You entered that this morning, Watson? Feesh. 2-3 locked. Oh, from yesterday. Yeah, that one from yesterday, I still have modeled as well. It's doing nothing. It's a little bit underwater. Joseph T, 1617. S&P, NASDAQ, little bounce. Tesla's bouncing. Also, nice little pre-market trendline break in SPY and QQQ, Lando. Kind of an aggressive bounce here. S&P, NASDAQ trying to get back above their previous day low, and then Russell is holding and bouncing hard. Tesla, more bounce than I'd like. Netflix extending higher. All right, I'm going to think about cutting the rest of my Tesla here if we don't get a little reaction back down. All right, so Tesla's bounce is starting to dip a little bit. It's still holding. S&P, NASDAQ. NASDAQ couldn't get through previous day low. S&P popped up above it a little bit, but coming back down. Let's see if we got another leg lower here. Nice dip back down. Tesla almost back to lows. I'll be right back. Tezzy taking a new low. Still have my profit target at 650. Looks like it's trading right around 6. Apple's trying to hold what? Its blood bag? trying to hold on for dear life? S&P new lows, about to go through pre-market low. NASDAQ went through pre-market low. Tesla just kind of hovering at lows. I need another little flush. Another little floosh. Amazon was trying to hold. It's coming down. Meta almost to lows. Tesla just put in a fake wick. That's not real. It did not bounce right there. That's a fake tick. Netflix, which was strong, coming down. Nvidia, which was strong early, all the way back down, almost to pre-market lows. Microsoft bleeding. Come on, Tezzy. One more flush. That's all we need out of you. Krish somehow thinks 65.92 is some magical support level for those watching at home. All right, here comes Tezzy. Options up to 635. Amazon almost down to lows. Come on, Tezzy. You can do it. Come on. Be a good boy. Russell's still holding previous day low. He's trying to hang on. Tesla new lows. It's trying to come for my 650. 635. $640. $645. Touch 650, but did not push through. Pretty decent little volume spike here on this move down in both S&P and Qs.
Order filled.
Little mighty 90-ish spike. Might see a little bounce here. Just flushed pre-market lows as well. All right, Tezzy, I'm taking some off. Filled at 630 to close a couple in Tesla. I've got 2 left. And there it goes. Would have hit.
Order filled.
Okay, now I'm getting a little stoppage on my big puts. Now we're getting a little dirty. Now we're getting a little bloody. S&P down a full percent, NASDAQ down 1.4.
Order filled. Order cancelled.
Krish, what happened to your support? Just got hot knifed like butter.
Order cancelled.
This Tesla options up to
Order
725.
filled.
You don't get a 5-point buffer on your magic support line.
Order filled.
That's not how that works. Support and resistance only matter if you're using it as a level to manage risk around. Period. That's how support and resistance works. Saying a level is support is
Order filled.
50-50 at best. Not sure if I've said that to you guys before, but just wanted to repeat myself. Volume bigger than the first in SPY. Guess I will shed one more on my Tesla. I'll put the order at 775. PLTR trying to bounce S&P, NASDAQ. Yeah, big volume. Bitcoin also coming down almost 3% lower. Biggest red on my board, OKLO's down 7, ARM down 7. Crypto's getting hammered down 4+%. Apple's down 4. Those hanging on. UNH still up 7.5%, was up 10. AVGO still up 3%, was up more. Zoom is up 2.5%. Let's see where I'm at. Where am I at on old Tezzy? Oh, I'm up about 2K on that one. Got 2 lots left. So it looks like the old market's pricing in for some bad news tonight. Pricing in some bad news. Expecting some bad news, potentially. My 1DTE is only down 2%. So if we get a bounce, that one should do pretty decent. Who else took Tezzy with me? Where are my Tezzy traders at? Watson? Elliot's in? Elliot, you look very pale today. Fireman Steve, I know's in. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, you could have probably bought puts in anything and been in pretty good shape right now. But yeah, Tesla definitely had some good relative strength, relative weakness. Fireman Steve, you can't fight fires and trade at the same time. You got to choose one or the other. Speaking of fires, I had a Missouri Conservation Agency come in and do a controlled burn at my place yesterday, just to kind of get rid of all the stuff, just to allow for new growth for the habitat for the turkey and deer. And I had so it's just kind of burning out the brush stuff. But there's a big tree right by the road that goes through my property, where kind of an extension of my driveway, and a huge tree. The base of it was on fire yesterday, so I took a bunch of buckets of water down there and quote unquote put it out. Didn't really put it out. Kind of had a hole in it, and well, come to find out that tree was kind of hollowed out, and so tried to put it out, but then I was just like, oh, I'll just let it go. Went out there this morning at about 5 a.m. before I left, and she was down. It burnt and tumbled. So now I got some chainsawing to do. Well, yeah, the wind picked up a little bit, and so the wind was coming even after I kind of halfway put it out. There, the still coals were still kind of going. The wind picked up, and then the hollowness kind of created this little wind tunnel, so it just flared right back up, which I saw it. I went back out there before I went to bed, and it was burning hot, hotter than before when I threw the water on. So I was like, well, we'll just let this go. The bad part is it fell on a power line. There's a power line that runs through my property, and it took it out. All right, S&P, NASDAQ, Tesla. Little bounce.
I hope this guy goes down. It doesn't go down to the left because it's going to hit those power lines. Hopefully it falls down to that way.
Order partially filled. Order filled.
All right, little bounce is getting pushed back down.
Order filled.
See if Tezzy has a little more in it. All right, see if he can. There you go. There's my tree. There's my tree for your viewing enjoyment. Got the power lines. I was saying, I think there's volume on that. I was saying, I hope it doesn't fall to the left. I hope it falls to the right. It didn't. It fell to the left. All right, S&P, NASDAQ, Russell all bouncing. Tesla, not too much. Tesla holding low. Apple still bleeding. Yeah, so it blocked the road, but
Order filled.
got a guy coming over to do some chainsawing today, and then I'm gonna try to do the rest on tonight or tomorrow. Aggressive bounce in the
Order
indices.
filled.
Tesla still not bouncing too much. Probably not a bad idea to cut the rest here, but let's see. Tesla's still showing relative weakness. You never seen a tree with branches on one side? Where do you live? Where do you live, Dark Avenger? Charlotte, right? They don't have branches with trees with branches on one side? All right, I'm going to cut the rest of my Tesla. It's starting to perk up now. Filled at 644. So I'm out. Yeah, no, we have some trees like that. They're just kind of, we do have some odd looking trees. That one's kind of covered in some poison ivy vines. But anyway, that's my tree story. That's my fire story for the day. All right, all. That's a wrap. We'll be back for Power Hour. Oh, Navigation Trading Show today, 11 a.m. We're back on track. Troy and I's schedules have been off, so we haven't done it in a few weeks, but noon Eastern, 11 Central here, so here in about 90 minutes. I will be previewing Flux, the Flux capacitor. So tune in. All right, I'll take care. Otherwise, I'll see you in Power Hour as well. Cheers.